Hi guys, Ray here from City Fan TV. We're here for the Brighton versus Man City game. We're just waiting for the team news to come out. Just put my Twitter on. Just waiting for that. As I said earlier on, it's going to be very interesting new pet picks for tonight's game. Will he be looking at next week's game? I hope so. And will tonight's starting 11 be an indication of what our first team is going to be? I think it should be. Is it going to be an indication of who's going to play, who's going to start against Arsenal, who's going to start, I think, against Norwich, potentially, mostly, who's going to start against Real Madrid? And if we get to the FA Cup final, who's going to start there? Hey, Faris, hope you're well, buddy. Hey, Formidable Centurions, hope you're well. Cameron Brown, nice to have you on the channel, guys. Always say, if you're new to the channel, it would be massive if you could support us simply by subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon, so that you're notified as soon as new videos come out, so you don't miss a thing. We've done really well in the last 28 days. We've got over 300 new subscribers in less than a month. It's absolutely fantastic. I'd like to think we're doing something right. Cameron, hi, Cameron. Hi, Akram. What do I reckon? I'll say Brighton 0, City 3. If we put out our first team, Garcia and Laporte at the back, KDB, Silva, Sterling, Mahrez, Gabby J, Gundogan, Walker, Mendy, and Edison, I think I think they'll give us a game. I don't think they're going to. Brighton are almost safe now with the results from today, with Bournemouth losing. Villa, Villa and Bournemouth have got to basically win their games, the remaining games, to get Brighton in trouble. Brighton's still 15th. They still, if I remember correctly, they're ahead of Watford and West Ham. And it looks like Villa are going to, Villa and Bournemouth are going to join Norwich getting relegated. Liverpool drew today. No, it's not important, but one more on it can't break the record. Yeah, here's the team news, guys. Here we go. Edison, Walker, Garcia, Laporte, Mendy. My app goes off. Mendy, Rodrigo, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Mahrez, Sterling, Jesus. So let's have a look at that. I mean, I got most of it right from my initial thing. The only thing here is Bernardo Silva's playing instead of David Silva. But we've got Edison in goal, best keeper we've got. Walker at right back, Mendy at left back. Can't argue with that. Garcia and Laporte, basically, that's our best five at the back. Rodri's going to play DM, and it might just be he's playing DM for this game, and Gundogan comes back against Arsenal, because we're in that position where we can choose different personnel for different games. So yeah, we've got KDB, Bernardo Silva, and up front Mahrez, Sterling, and Gabby Jesus. Yeah, I actually missed that when it was coming out, Ikram. It came up on my phone. I was chatting with you guys. Salam to Kareem Boss, hope you're well, buddy. Hi, Angus, hope you're well. I lost it in the end. Yeah, actually, Burnley should have scored. I mean, there's no way he should have been hitting the bar. It was a pretty poor. Let's beat Brighton and think about Arsenal. Absolutely. I've said this. I've said this for a while. The Formidable Centurions, that let's get second nailed, which we're almost done. Tonight would definitely secure second for us. Let's get it nailed, and then let's play some kids, not all kids. Let's mix it up: fringe players, kids, 1 or 2 first teamers. To be honest, that Southampton game, we should have beat Southampton. We could have rested a couple of players for tonight, and we'd have had a lot more options. But hey, we are where we are. It is a strong 11, Faris. I mean, as I said, for me, this 11 should mostly be resting on Wednesday against Bournemouth, and then it should come back against Arsenal. Rest the following week. I can't remember who we're playing, and then come back against Norwich. Then it's a week before the FA Cup final, if we're fortunate enough to be there. So then they get a week's rest. Then it's 6 days before the Champions League game against Real Madrid. They get 6 days rest. You stick with your first team now. Every weekend is first team. Angus is going 4-1 again. Ikram would have had Gundogan over Rodri, like David Silva, but yeah, I mean, you could argue it's much of a muchness, and no harm at resting David. It'd be nice to close the gap to Liverpool. Cameron, look, what are they? 23 points ahead, 24 at the moment. You know, it's the gap is embarrassing. Even if Liverpool lose the remaining 3 games and we win our remaining 3 games, the gap is still going to be embarrassingly large. Who's on the Ikram? Honestly, I didn't even check the bench. Let's have a look. Let's have a pull me stuff up. See if Manchester City bench is Carson, Stones, Zinchenko, David Silva, Fernandinho, Otamendi, Foden, Doyle, and Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's on the bench. It would be awesome to be ahead and be able to bring Doyle and Palmer off the bench. That would be unbelievable. Easy Peasy's going for 5-0 to Man City. Let's try and keep up with your messages. Hi, you wouldn't get it. Hope you're well. The interesting, I have concerns about the fact that Braff continues not. Well, you wouldn't get it. I was of the understanding that Braff came because he wasn't in Manchester. He wasn't part of the initial group. That's the understanding that some of the guys said. So he just needs to have a bit more training. I'm hopeful we win tonight. Jayden Braff will at least be on the bench for Bournemouth. How are we going to replace Kun? Well, I wouldn't worry about next summer. I think we need to replace him this summer, or we need to have somebody ready in this summer. We don't want to be waiting until next summer and then, have no Kun. He might stay another extra year, but we need somebody to replace him, and we need somebody to have some game time this season rather than Kun leaves next summer. We get someone brand new in who doesn't settle, does a Gabby Jesus run of 8 games without a goal, and the title's gone. Faris, in my opinion, we should go all out. Yeah, Arsenal have done really well in recent times. We'll find out how well when they play us. But, look, they're weak at the back. We've got to exploit that. David Luiz, need I say more? The game tonight is on Sky Sports. Yeah, I'm going to watch that on Night TV. Hi, Abdallah. Hope you're well. Best 11, Barraguero. Yesterday I went to Manchester and visited the stadium. It was great. I haven't. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to go and visit when I'm back. And hopefully that might be sometime next week. Easy to have. We hope that City will win the Champions League. Well, unlike Liverpool, you've got to be in it to have a chance. No way Palmer is on the bench. Let's get a 3-goal lead. That's it. Ikram, I want to see Cole Palmer. I want to see this kid play. Abdallah Lamama, the club haven't said anything. There's nothing said by the club. I always say don't count your chickens. Wait to see what happens. So it's going to be obviously another interesting game. And if Chelsea end up losing their game, that'll be even, you guys will know better than me. Sheffield United are winning 2-0, 74 minutes. I think that game's almost done and dusted in terms of Chelsea not winning. And England was just by mistake I put the cricket on. Yeah, on BBC's home website, and England 284 for 8, the lead by 170 with 2 wickets remaining. Obviously, they lost 5 wickets for 30. I mean, another collapse, and it depends what these last 2 wickets can eke out. There's 1 day left. I think there's going to be a result. So it depends what these last 2 wickets can eke out in the cricket. But hey, we're not here to start cricket. Wassa sit 3-0. Wow, Chelsea getting pumped. Chelsea getting pumped. Can't believe that. And there's me. In the last 2 games, I've taken my Sheffield United players out because of my fantasy team because they let me down. And Sheffield United start scoring goals. Let's just see last comments before I got a little bit of work to do to take my lad to his grandmother's. City get completely exonerated by cash. Should City sue UEFA? I don't think they would. I mean, they can talk about reputational damage. I don't know. Part of me wants them to, but I guess they just want to move on. People saying that Chelsea are very dangerous and have a bigger chance than City to win the league, and they are losing to Sheffield to 2 additional signings and so on. Yeah, it's their defence that's the problem right now. Getting Ziyech, getting in Timo Werner, getting maybe Kai Havertz, they're going to be incredible going forwards, quite potentially. All these young and exciting players, Ruben Loftus-Cheek coming back. but you've got to sort the back out, you know. And it's like what Arsenal did, buying more attackers instead of buying really good defenders. Real Madrid winning games. I mean, I don't know how, you know, I've not watched them. I don't know what their form is like, but they're winning games, so they've got to have some confidence there. Abdallah, if they win the remaining 3 games, they get 100 points. That's why I say nothing. See you later, Angus. Take care. Thanks for coming on, mate. Faris, yeah, Bernardo looks like he's playing with KDB. You'd expect Mahrez to be up top. You never know. You know, Bernardo might be out wide and Mahrez might be in the middle. He might be out the other side and still he might be in the middle. But I suspect Bernardo play in the middle. Easy peasy. I think he'll do that tonight. He's not going to have a lot of space, but I think he'll be all right. Well, I think Bernardo still will play in the middle here, Cram. No, Abdallah, see, this appeal isn't about FFP, really. You know, mostly it seems to be what the issues are with UEFA is that City misled them and they believed that Sheikh Mansour was paying the money directly for Etihad sponsorship. Okay, and you know, my understanding is that wasn't the case, but that's what, using the Der Spiegel stolen emails, that's what they thought, taken out of context. And the context has been explained a long time ago about this. And, you know, if they made a mistake, then that's their hard luck. Left back tonight is Mendy. Right, guys, I'm going to disappear. I'm going to take my lad to his grandmother's, but guys, have a good time tonight. Enjoy the game. I'll be back at full time. I think Bernard's going to be on with me tonight, so I'll have a good old chat with Bernard. I'm not inviting anybody else on tonight. You know, it's going to be a very, very late finish for me because I'm in France. Ayman Sharif, assalamu alaikum, Ayman. Salam to you. How are you doing? So he's going for Edison, Walker. Well, I think that's the lineup we've just done. Edison, Walker, Laporte, Garcia, Mendy, Rodrigo, Mahrez, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Sterling, Jesus. Thank you very much for that, Ayman. Future left back, I don't know. You know, Fernand Mendy. We got the wrong Mendy. I don't know future left back. I did see someone linked from Spain, I think, but David Alaba would be nice. See you later, guys. See you later. And I'll be back after the game. We'll have at least 1 or 2 people on for a quick chat. Definitely Bernard said he'll be on tonight, so that'll do us. Guys, look after yourself. Take care. I'll catch you after the game. Have a good one, guys.